Hi guys, welcome to Perfume Passion. Today I'd like to speak a little bit about cardamom, which I find to be a little bit of a challenging note. I mean, I love the smell of cardamom and like fresh cardamom, ground seeds smell wonderful, and I like it in Indian food and I like it in bakery goods and things like that, but wearing something on your skin is a little bit different. But one thing I have learned in the last 18 months is that I don't really know what I'm going to like. I used to say I didn't like rose, I didn't like coffee, I didn't like fruit, but then it all has to do, with the composition and actually also the dose of a certain note. I think sometimes that if it's just a hint, it can give a completely different vibe. Like the House of Xerjoff has really made me appreciate fruit. Fruity notes in perfume, which I normally don't like. They do it in a spectacular way. And I think cardamom as a note is something I just realized when I'm going to talk today about, do a little last review of a fragrance called Miroir de Majestes from Thierry Mugler. The one that makes Alien and Angel, that house. And this fragrance is, I don't normally talk so much about the presentation, but I find it quite spectacular in this case. It comes in this little mirrored box, and when you turn the box upside down and fold out the lid, it turns into a little stand like that. And the bottle itself is also quite stunning, and it has a heaviness to it, which makes it really nice to hold, and it has a great sprayer. It's kind of it's hard to explain. It's just really, really attractive presentation, put it that way. And I love to stand at night and just kind of sniff it, and it's very unique. It's an amber, kind of an oriental amber, that opens up with coriander and cardamom. And it also has a hint of oud and a kind of a floral kind of heart. And I was just trying to, why don't I ever wear this? That's what I started to ask myself. And I think it comes down to the note of cardamom. There's too much in here. And I think, how people sometimes describe perfumes as being strong? Like people that are not maybe so into fragrances use that word about perfumes, like it's too strong. And I never use that word about perfume, but this one I think is a little strong. It's a little harsh. And I think for that reason, I have to let this go. I'm keeping a milliliter or two so I can still enjoy it. I won't be able to enjoy the beautiful bottle, but at least I can, go and sniff it. The funny thing is, though, when I test this with friends of mine, that are not frag heads, have a little testing at home, this is often people's favorite. So I think this is it's definitely get your nose on it if you can. Sadly enough, it's discontinued, and it was only released for the Middle Eastern market. I'm really not sure why, but I guess it's quite oriental, and maybe a little strong. But I do see it every now and then, being sold secondhand, so it's not impossible to get a hold of it. So that's got to go. Then I started to think, what else in my collection do I have that has cardamom that I like for whatever reason, or don't like. And one more that I think has got to go that has cardamom is this African Leather by Memo Paris. I think also it's not just the cardamom, but I find it a tad too masculine for me. But it could also have to do with that note. A perfume that I really like, and I might even buy a whole bottle of, is, I have a decant now, is Bleu Lazuli from Armani Prive. It's the dark blue bottle, the sister fragrance to Rouge Malachite, which I really love, and I really love this one too. This is a kind of a very soft honey tobacco with just a little tiny bit of cardamom, and that really works. And then I have Gris Charnel, just a tiny bottle from BDK Perfumes, also has cardamom, and I think it's very comforting, and it has kind of a dark figgy character, and it's nice, but I like it, but I don't love it, and it might have something to do with the cardamom in there. I'm not sure. And then another note that reminds me a little bit of cardamom is eucalyptus, believe it or not. It has, in this fragrance, just have a decant of that, but I'm definitely considering a whole bottle. It's called Ambre Lumiere from Molinard. And it's an amber with a twist. And it even, for me, that eucalyptus kind of on the top. I can smell it from the from sniffing the top. It gives it kind of almost like a licoricey quality, and it reminds me a little bit of like the cardamom in some other fragrances. But this one is for sure a keeper and might go for the full bottle. Anyway, but I'll just sum this up a little bit. Cardamom is a note where I have to be a little bit careful. Sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. It can become, a little too much. It's easy to overdose it. But definitely check out the Miroir de Majestes from Thierry Mugler. You won't see me talking about this again because I'm getting rid of the bottle. Okay, bye for now.